Hello and welcome to episode 16 of this Arsenal career. We're going to start by promoting a couple of these youth players. They've been progressing nicely. I think it's time for them to come into the first squad and get some development going. As you can see at the table, we're in 7th place. We're going to have to win every game now to try and gain top 4, which is going to be a tough ask, but it's one that I'm hopeful that we can do, because at the minute we haven't been beaten in the Premier League since January. Since December actually. But since the 2020 we are unbeaten in the Premier League, and against Manchester City that could definitely turn against us. They have an incredible side, as you already know, which is strengthened by the likes of Modric and Grimaldo. But yeah, we're playing Bernd Leno in goal. He keeps his place obviously. Chambers and Upamecano formed a really good centre-back partnership at the moment. Torreira and Guendouzi, they work together well. Pepe and Lamar on the wings, and then of course Lacazette and Aubameyang up top. And we need some goals today if we're going to beat City, because I can't see us keeping a clean sheet against Manchester City, that's for sure. And Manchester City will come forward with the first attack of the game. 8 minutes in, it's a great ball in, and De Bruyne, that is an insane header. The amount of power he generates with his neck there is fantastic, and he finds the top corner to put City at 1-0. And as I just mentioned, we were going to find it hard to keep City from scoring, and we've had the worst possible start. It's a fantastic ball in, but this header is great from De Bruyne. Look at how he connects with that, and Bernd Leno is not reaching that. That's a fantastic header. Reminds me of Suarez from a few years back when he played for Liverpool. But as you can see, frustrated really, because we're only 8 minutes in. We need to be more switched on than that. And De Bruyne puts City ahead, which we've got to come back from now. At the Etihad, it's always a tougher ask than it needs to be. But Lacazette blazing through on goal, surely must score. Outstrength the defender and does well. It's a good finish in off the post. And a little spoiler alert, Lacazette goes on to have a very good month. But we are back in this game 1-0, and he celebrates with the fans there. And Aubameyang pulls him out to stop any injuries, but fantastic finish from Lacazette. Good strength and pace to get into that position as well. He decided to cut across Laporte, which was clever, because he would have either took him down or he would have outstrengthened him. But it's his 7th goal in the Premier League. Not the best of seasons for Lacazette in front of goal when it comes to the Premier League, but he'll be hoping to improve that as this month goes on. And he gets around John Stones here. Brilliant play. Lays it into Aubameyang, who you would expect to score from there. Oh, he's going to bundle it in. No. I don't know how he missed that at all. But City come forward now. Bernardo Silva looking for a cross. He'll play it in. Good save from Leno to deny. And at half time it is 1-0. So, it could be better, could be worse. Both sides having some big chances. And it's a big second half for Arsenal, because we need every 3 points we can take to get that top 4, and big chance there which was wasted. And then we'll come forward again. Good pass through to Aubameyang. Aubameyang manages to get there. Has he got an option across? Tries to play it across to Lamar, but it's hooked away by Manchester City. And we'll come forward again with Torreira into Pepe. Pepe cuts inside. Good work. Going for that near post. Ederson has it covered. And again hooked away, but it's all Arsenal in the second half. Lacazette through. Surely. Good save from Ederson again. And he collects gratefully in the end. And we'll come forward. One last chance. Reece Nelson drags it back. He was offside, but he was denied regardless. And it does end 1-0. It's frustrating, that's for sure. And at the minute, we're just lacking this killer instinct where we just kill the game off. We have the chances for sure, and we play better. A win against Norwich is expected today, and if we don't receive that, then we could be in real bother when it comes to top 4. We've brought in Cedric today just to rest a couple of players. Ceballos comes in as well. Reece Nelson starts ahead of Pepe, and Lacazette and Aubameyang start up top, because we have a big game coming up soon in the Europa League. Norwich line up like this. They have Tim Krul in goal, who's a really good keeper. Godfrey, Zimmerman, Jamal Lewis at the back. Tribal and Vranic. Buendia, Hernandez in there. Buendia is someone to watch out for, and obviously Timu Puki is always looking for a goal, so we've got to try and keep him quiet today if we're going to go on and win this game. But we had the first chance of the game. Lovely work from Tierney, and he just kind of walks into Zimmerman, who doesn't move out of his way, and he makes it a penalty kick for Arsenal. Zimmerman really should be cleverer there, should be smarter, but Tierney does well. He cuts inside here and he just bodies him to the floor. Really, it's a certain penalty, and we've been very hit or miss with penalties this season. Aubameyang steps up to take this one, and Tim Krul denies him. It's not a good penalty, and we've had many of them this season. Norwich then came forward. Another good save from Leno. He's been one of the players of the year without a shadow of a doubt. Aubameyang plays through Reece Nelson, lovely little 1-2, looks to get inside, no option across, went for goal. Tim Krul can pat that away. Aubameyang now coming forward, good work from him, Can we get a goal just before half time? He does well, drags it inside, good save from Tim Krul again. And we come forward once more. Lacazette now looking for a cross, no option. He'll go into Ceballos, he gets the shot off, and that's easily plucked out of the air. And at half time it's 0-0. And like I say, in the City game, we're having the chances, we're just not scoring them. We'll come forward here though with Lacazette. He gets around his man, looking for a cross potentially. He might go for it himself. He'll drag it back to Torreira, who blasts it into the top corner. Lacazette with the assist, and Lucas Torreira makes it 1-0. And he's having a really good end to the season. He's won multiple man of the matches in a row in some recent games. But that's a very important goal against Norwich. It's a fantastic hit from him as it spins away from Tim Krul there, who's been brilliant up until that goal. Nothing he could really do about that, in fairness to him. But 1-0 to Arsenal. If we can keep this lead, then that'll be perfect for us, because we've got so close to that top four, and it does feel like we're slipping up every sort of lost points we lose. Tierney's chance denied. Nketiah through on goal, went to dink Tim Krul, and it's headed away in the end. Reece Nelson though, and again cleared. Norwich come forward at the final 5 minutes, which I thought Pukki had managed to get on target, but he hadn't, and we just about scrape a 1-0 win. And like I say, we need to start killing games off before we get punished for them. We did end up selling Socrates. He has to be on the transfer list, just like Ozil did early in the season, just due to lack of game time, and he has been sold to Valencia as well, so he'll reunite with Ozil for 13.5 million. He'll go at the end of the season. I just wasn't that big a fan of him, and we've changed up the side a little bit for this Wolves game, just for rotation, and I feel like some of these players are up to the challenge in the Europa League. But we'll have the first chance through Eddie Nketiah, who's brought down by Leander Dendoncker, and you have to think that's got to be a red card. It's last man, goal scoring opportunity. Good work from Nketiah. The ref goes over, and Dendoncker is sent off, and that's a huge blow for Wolves, not only for the rest of this game, but also for the second leg. In fairness to him, he does get a bit of the ball, but not enough. And Sabitzer steps up, and he manages to score a penalty. He's had a little bit of misluck when it comes to penalties, but look at what that one's done for his confidence. He's absolutely buzzing with that, and he celebrates with the fans, and puts us at 1-0. And you know, top four is an option to get into the Champions League, but at the moment it's looking more and more likely that we're going to have to qualify through winning the Europa League, which puts a lot of pressure on these players, because not having Champions League next year is not really an option. And Eddie Nketiah does well here, plays it into Martinelli, back to Sabitzer, and his shot well denied by Rui Patricio. Wolves come forward now. Jota, always a threat, good save from Leno to deny him, and we'll come forward with Willock now, who looks to get a cross in, and he drags it back for Saka, who somehow hits the bar. He just has to keep that down, and he couldn't manage it. And at half time we're going 1-0. Sabitzer's penalty, the only goal that separates us right now, and we play it into Sabitzer again. He's having a really good game, gets involved, good save again from Patricio, bit predictable from Sabitzer. Martinelli now coming down the wing, plays it into Willock, chance for a cross, maybe he went for it himself, and somehow it doesn't go in. And we make 3 changes. We bring on our 3 youth academy players, for 2 of them for their debuts. Kras had a couple of runs out, but I felt comfortable enough to do that and give them an opportunity, and also some tired legs. Shota's shot wide, and we do end the game 1-0, which is kind of the perfect scoreline to have, bearing in mind we didn't let an away goal in. So we'll see how the away leg goes at the Molineux. But we have Wolves again in the Premier League. We end up playing them 3 times this month. Rui Patricio starts in goal, Matt Doherty, Fazio comes in, Dendoncker is eligible for today, so he'll be playing. Jean Moutinho, Neves, Traore, Tammy Abraham starts today, with Diego Jota up front. So we know how Wolves play, we know how difficult the last game was. I'm sure they're going to step it up in the Premier League today, because they're chasing that top 4 as well. Bellerin, Chambers, Upamecano and Tierney, Torreira and Guendouzi, Pepe and Lamar, and then Aubameyang and Lacazette up front. So we need a big win today, and a big 3 points. We'll have the first chance of the game though. Pepe coming forward, looking to create something here. He goes for the effort from a tough angle. It just denied pretty comfortably. And now it's Wolves. Tammy Abraham into Fazio. Fazio's shot, never going to trouble Leno. Adama Traore into Ruben Neves. Good shot, blocked. He'll have a second go at it. Leno saves, and it falls so kindly to Diego Jota, who makes it 1-0 to Wolves. And Diego Jota is someone that's definitely on my transfer transfer hub. I'm not sure if we're going to sign him. Well, I think it looks likely that we are going to go for David in the end, but Jonathan David. But Diogo Jota there, trying to show to me that he's worth a signing, and putting Wolves 1-0 up, which is the worst position we could be in. But we've come back before, and we'll do it again. And here's Thomas Lemar looking to get inside. It's well blocked off the line to deny what would have been a certain goal. But Aubameyang got injured in that run-up, and unfortunately he's out for the rest of the season, which is a huge blow to us. He was just starting to gain some form, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on Lacazette to step up and be the guy that Aubameyang was being. And here comes Pepe into Lacazette. Lovely little turn. Lacazette now. Bang! There we go. 1-0. We're back in this game. And Lacazette is going to be the man that steps up. I'm telling you now, he has a good month. And Lacazette, he's taking the opportunity of Aubameyang being injured, and he's going to take it with open arms. Brilliant from Lacazette. A great finish. And we're back in this game. There's a long way to go. We need 3 points today. It has to happen. Otherwise, I think actually, if we don't get 3 points in this game, we actually can't qualify for top 4. I think that was genuinely a thing. João Moutinho now looks to get a shot off. Good save from Leno. And here comes Thomas Lemar now. He'll come forward and look to get inside. Thomas Lemar, can he play a ball inside? It's dragged back for Pepe, and he should be finishing that really. He just puts it over, and at half time it's 1-0, and like I say, nothing less than a win will do today really. Which is frustrating, but Wolves come forward straight after the second half, and it's that man again, Diogo Jota, who makes it 2-1, and that's the worst start to the second half. We had the worst start to the first half, we have the worst start to the second half, and it's not looking good for us right now, as Wolves go 2-1 ahead. I mean, I could say Upamecano needs to get tighter there, but I don't know. I don't have the answers at the minute. But I just feel a lot of frustration when it comes to the Premier League. Martinelli through, lays it across to Lacazette, who gets a second. Come on, we're back in this game instantly, and Lacazette is definitely carrying us today, that's for sure. But yeah, it's just a lot of frustration, and we do lack that killer touch at the moment, where we kill off games, and it is coming back to haunt us. So we'll have to see how the rest of this one goes. We're back in it. Can we get the winner? Good save from Leno. And we'll come forward again. Lacazette now into Sabitzer. Sabitzer, who's just come off the bench. Lemar back to Sabitzer. And that's an awful effort. And that's what I mean about the killer instinct. Now Pepe through. Oh, that's a lovely little dink. That's off the crossbar, but somehow, some way, Willy Bolly has put it in his own net. And we're 3-2 up. This could be massive if we can manage to nick 3 points here today. It's a really good finish from Pepe. It's unlucky that it comes off the bar, but I don't know why. In fairness to him, it's a difficult one to get rid of, and it just sort of falls onto his foot and into the back of the net. And obviously he'll be upset with himself, but you know, it is what it is, and we just have to hold on now. João Moutinho into Ruben Neves. They'll have one more attack. It's an absolute calamitous from Upamecano and Chambers and Bernd Leno. No one knows what they're doing, no communication. And Tammy Abraham, the man signed from Chelsea, has scored probably his most important Wolves goal, which keeps them in the top 4 race. It's awful from Arsenal, and he just gets a toe on it, and he's basically crushed our top 4 dreams, unfortunately. But you know, can we get a last minute winner? We'll see. But Tammy Abraham, he's only scored 2 goals all season, and one of them was to punish us. We do end up drawing 3-3. Lacazette tried his best to keep us in this one, but that's 2 points dropped again. And we're luckily back in the Europa, because we need some more confidence, and we seem to play a lot better in the Europa League than we do in the Premier League, and I'm not sure why that is. It doesn't seem to be the team that matters. It just seems to be that we step up in Europe. Pepe had a chance early on there. He'll drag inside here. Brilliant movement from Pepe. Good effort, good save from Patricia. And we'll come forward again. Pepe into Guendouzi. Brilliant finish into that top corner. And we're 1-0 up. We've got an away goal at the Molineux, and 2-0 on aggregate. And this is going to be a tough ask for Wolves to try and turn around now. Bearing in mind we have the away goal, they have to score 3 at least to beat us at this point. And Guendouzi, brilliant finish into that top corner. And you have to give it to Pepe as well. He's looked lively from the start, and we'll congratulate our boys there, and they deserve it. Again, Doozy doesn't score too often, but he does score in important games, that's for sure. It's his first goal in the Europa League. And we'll come forward again. Pepe, always on the ball, always looking for it. Lays it into Lacazette. Lacazette looking for Reece Nelson. Lovely little ball. This is beautiful football. Sabitzer stays on side and puts it into an empty net. He scored the all-important penalty in the first game that got us a 1-0 advantage ahead of Wolves, and he scored again in this second leg. And Sabitzer definitely steps it up in Europe. He's not that confident in the Premier League for whatever reason, as are a lot of our players, to be honest. But in Europe, this team is different, and we know how to win in Europe for some reason. And as long as we qualify for the Champions League, I don't mind. And at the minute, the only way to qualify for the Champions League is by winning the Europa League. So we're putting all our eggs in one basket going into the final end of the season. There is one more big game in the Premier League, a big game, which I'll get to probably in the next episode. But Pepe comes through now, looking to wrap this game up, kill it off, and he does exactly that with a great finish into the bottom corner. Arsenal 3-0 up. It's a brilliant result away at the Molineux, and we are going to the semi-finals of the Europa League, which is absolutely massive for us, bearing in mind that is the only way we're going to be able to qualify for the Champions League, which is where we want to be. I don't want to be anywhere else other than the Champions League next year. I don't want another year of Europa League. We have to progress as a club. It's the only way forward. And I'm gutted that we are not going to be able to get top 4, but as long as we get Champions League football, that's all that matters. So winning it is essential. Pepe denied at the end, and that will be full time. A brilliant away win. 4-0 on aggregate, can't complain about that. But a lot of frustration today, but I'll see you in the next episode.